Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi believed he was safe. This is the commentator heading into the consulate on Tuesday, October 2nd. There isn't security footage of him leaving. Turkish officials believe he was murdered inside. Saudi Arabia strongly rejects the accusation. These 15 Saudi men are now the focus of investigations. The intelligence team, pictured in Turkish media, entered the consulate at the same time. Jamal had been living in exile in Washington for more than a year. A veteran reporter, he was writing a column for the Washington Post. He could now say things he couldn't at home. Criticising the Saudi Crown Prince, the kingdom's crackdown on dissent and its war in Yemen. But he was increasingly worried that Riyadh could hurt him or his family. In Turkey, though, he had friends in high places, including among President Tayyip Erdogan's advisors. He believed he had no reason to fear walking in to get paperwork to marry his Turkish fiancée. Old friend Azam Tamimi was one of the last people to see him.
He said he had already been to the consulate and he was reassured by its staff who received him well, seemed friendly. He even said to me, these are just ordinary folks, fellow citizens, and I have nothing to worry about.
On the day of Jamal's appointment, 15 Saudis arrived in Istanbul from Riyadh. Here you can see the men checking in to nearby hotels. Later, Turkish officials say the group entered the consulate while Jamal was collecting his paperwork. By the end of the day, they were on their way back to Saudi Arabia. Turkey says they're also looking for clues via the black Apple Watch Jamal was wearing that day. It was connected to one of the phones he'd left outside. The watch could provide data such as location and heart rate. What Jamal wrote and said contradicts the slick image of reform that Prince Mohammed bin Salman is promoting.
He felt that things were terrible, that Mohammed bin Salman had marginalized everybody in the family. Jamal had good contacts with some other members of the family, but they had already been marginalized, so he was losing hope.
This was Jamal's last public appearance before he disappeared. His friends keen to stress he called for reform, not regime change.